What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well. So interesting developments in France. With the recent cold snap, it seems like it was probably this past Monday, I'd assume. The 11th. I mean, I guess I'll double check. No, week prior to that. This was published on the 4th. I'll go straight into the screen share just so you guys can see it. Let's see here. Tab. Okay. Yeah, this was published on the 4th, which is that Monday. Um, so I guess yeah. But in the beginning of April, there was a cold snap in France and set power prices skyrocketing, which is, I mean, I know all of Europe is basically has been having an energy crisis for a while now, or a while, a few months at least, to my knowledge. Um, I've been hearing people talk about it for quite some time. I also didn't know this, but half of their nuclear reactors are offline. I mean, I thought it was pretty not necessarily common sense, but pretty well known that France is gets the majority of their energy from nuclear. I think it's like a 70% or 75% or something like that. Um, but half of those reactors are online. And then kind of to exacerbate that, you have all the like natural gas from Russia probably going to dry up. Um, I mean, and prices were going through the roof to begin with. I think I actually went over that in the previous video a couple weeks ago, where I actually showed like a graph of the natural gas prices over in Europe. And I'm not sure how much electricity costs normally in France, but apparently 3,000 euros is shocking. I'm not saying it like that just because it's like I honestly don't know how much it usually is, I guess. And I guess it's not very. You'd have to go back a decent amount of history, I guess. Look at the past multiple years, probably decade or two at least, to get an accurate representation, especially with all the energy problems and stuff that's been going on in Europe for quite some time. Um, but, anyways, prices are going back up. And then this happened Monday morning. It forces the country's electricity grid manager to request businesses and households to reduce power consumption as energy prices spiked. So you know it's bad when even like the grid manager is like, "Hey, turn stuff off." Um, and this is happening as half of the country's nuclear reactors are offline, and parts of Europe are preparing for Russian natural gas supplies to dry up. The fragility of Europe's power grid is on full display today. Even as spring arrives, French power prices spike to 3,000 euros, which is a 13-year high. I guess to reiterate, I don't know, a lot of these articles and stuff, it seems like there's like three or four facts, and then they basically just repeat them multiple times in different formats. Like you have here 3,000 euros per megawatt hour, 3,000 euros per megawatt hour. Yeah, this is like the main points or whatever, but they say it again here, and then there's another time, and then so it's I don't know. But basically, it says the severe power crunch comes as 25 of, I guess I don't know if this is like a if it's a specific company or if it's like I'd assume it's like kind of France has, I don't want to say nationalized because I'm not 100% sure exactly how their kind of utilities are structured. Um, I'd assume it's just like public utilities for the whole country, just from the name. But they normally have 56 reactors, so that's just under half are offline, and I'm wonder why. Um, I didn't think to look that up before I started this video, but anyways, and yeah, 70% of total production according to this, and I think this article itself was written by Zero Hedge. Um, so maybe we can see if we can answer that question. Um, I don't know, maybe. Um, well, that's not helpful. Basically, just says maintenance issues, for more or less. Um, I'll have to look more into that because basically just sounds like regular maintenance stuff that they're doing, and that's just a quick Google search. But anyways, so yeah, and again, this kind of, I guess, Bloomberg's commodity expert. I I guess I don't really follow Bloomberg all too much, or at least these people. But Europe's energy problems predated the invasion of Ukraine. So it's like this has been going on for quite some time. And again, I showed that in a previous video, showing the chart of natural gas prices as they went up. So yeah. Oh, also wanted to say don't forget the wine because I thought it was funny as you had this whole little article thing. And at the very bottom, in the very last part, it says, besides energy woes in France, the cold weather is threatening vineyards in the country's wine-producing areas. The frost is a similar phenomenon that last year causing upwards of 2 billion euros in losses. Right. So there's just one, like two sentences at the very end, just about wine. Very important part, especially in France, I guess. I guess that makes sense. Um, I guess they are. That is That is a pretty cultural thing, if I remember correctly. I've never actually been to France, so I'm not 100% sure. But it's a very, I guess, wine-driven country, it seems. But anyways, that's all I got for this one. So I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you on the next one.